Well, just as having the right tool for the right job can make gardening much more enjoyable, having the right size tool can also make it more enjoyable for a particular gardener. And the same is true for kids. If your kids show interest in gardening, you might think about getting them some garden tools of their own. And Christmas is a good time to do that. However, you want to make sure that the tools are sized right. Now here, of course, I have a shovel that's made for an adult. Now these can be very large and unwieldy for kids because, one, they're too tall and they're also too heavy to deal with. But if you go with some kid-sized tools, they're a lot smaller, lighter, and they're shorter. Now, when you're sizing tools for your kids, basically what you want to do is get a tool that is just about shoulder height to a little bit below to about a foot taller than shoulder height if they're going to grow into them. So for the smaller kids, these kid-sized tools can work very well. Also, you want to make sure that they're brightly colored. Most of the time, kids' tools are colored pretty brightly. It makes it easier for them to find. And you know how sometimes you'll look a long time for that shovel that's brown. If they've got a bright color on them, they're easier to find. Now, as I was talking about the kids-sized tools, you can find these in sets. But as your children grow, they may graduate out of the smaller tools into kind of a mid-size before they get to adult. And you can actually find these. You can see here that the sizes are different. So as your kids grow, you can size up their tools. Now these are actually called lady size or patio tools. You can find these at several of your garden centers. And they're for kids before they get quite old enough to wield a large shovel. And here, you can see the size differences, and we still have a smaller shovel head here so that the load that we're carrying is not huge, but we've got a taller handle on it. Also, when you're looking at handles, you want to get a handle that's straight. That way they can choke up on the handle. They don't have to have a D on the end. You can grow into a handle if it's straight a little bit better. Now, a shovel is a good place to start for tools. Also, if you get a hoe and a garden rake and a leaf rake, they'll be ready to go. And especially right now, the leaf rake can be handy. They can get started right away using those tools out in the garden. So think about getting your kids some tools this Christmas, and they can help you in the garden next spring.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.